We now present The Adventures of Marco Polo. Marco Polo and Toktai waylaid the messenger who was on his way to the court of King Pentan. Unfortunately, the messenger was injured in the scuffle, but he was taken to the house of Kinsai, the daughter of the robber chief. A physician was called, and he expressed the opinion that the messenger would not live. Marco Polo was shocked and worried at this news, and Toktai pointed out to him that if the messenger died, then Marco Polo's life would be at stake. Eventually, arrangements were made for Toktai to remain with the messenger, while Marco Polo went on to Zaitun with Kinsai. On arriving there, Marco interviewed the king and told him that Kublai Khan desired his marriage to be postponed. Meanwhile, Kinsai was quartered at the palace. Later that evening, Marco saw Benedetta and told her what had transpired. Then King Pentan arrived on the scene, so Marco hid on the balcony outside, and he heard Pentan say that he intended to marry Benedetta Corsini secretly on the morrow.
But, Your Majesty, we cannot be married tomorrow.
Why not? No one will know, and then we will have a big ceremonious wedding when Kublai Khan arrives. I purchased you as a slave, Benedetta. You shall never escape from me.
But I can never love you.
You are mine, and I am about to make you the queen of this land. I love you. That is all that matters.
If you love me, you should consider my feelings. You wish me always to be unhappy?
How can you be unhappy as my wife? I bought you in the slave market. You were miserable and ill-treated. I am about to give you riches, servants, luxury.
All your riches, all your luxury will never bring me happiness. Because I do not love you, and I can never love you.
Enough of